Welcome to the show. We've got a great show today. This is going to be, I'm calling it Subscriber Builds 2.5 because this isn't really the third episode. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to review the last two that we did. And I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. When I started the subscriber build videos, I really didn't have very many subscribers. And the channel has grown quite a bit since then. So I know we have a lot of new viewers, and I wanted to give everybody the opportunity just to see that we have this segment and let some of the new people know that if they have a project of some kind, be it a knife making project or blacksmithing, or really we've done some different stuff in the past, woodworking and leatherwork. If you've done anything like that and you want to have it featured, you can send pictures and a little bit about yourself, maybe a description of the project. You can send that to FargoFX at Zoho.com. That's FargoFX at Zoho.com. And that's an email that I have set up specifically for the subscriber builds projects. And I guess the other reason I wanted to do this was to give as much exposure as I could to the people who had already submitted work, because again, the channel was really a lot smaller when I did the first couple of episodes, and I'd really like to show that work to a little bit wider audience. And then right at the end, I'll do a quick preview of some work that's going to be featured in episode 3 by a really talented teenager from North Dakota. So with that said, we'll get right into it. Again, these are replays of the first episode and the second episode of Subscriber Builds. Enjoy. Welcome to the show. We've got a great show today. This is going to be the first ever installment of Subscriber Builds. We have some great examples today sent by a couple of different viewers, and I think I'll just jump right into it. First off, we have some beautiful leatherwork and metalwork, as well as a very well-made knife with an antler handle. This came to us from John Capps, and he wrote a little bit about it. And just listen to this, what a great story. John says, I put the knife together several years ago. My 13-year-old found it and asked to have it, so I had him help me make the sheath and the belt. The knife blade is from an old crosscut saw. The handle is elk antler I found at a flea market. And the belt buckle was made by my grandfather and myself 20 years ago. I braided the stainless rods together while he heated them with a torch. My grandfather was quite the craftsman. That is a really cool story, and I have to agree completely. The craftsmanship here is incredible, and I would say it runs in the family, because you and your 13-year-old have produced some incredible work here as well. So I want to say thank you very much to John Capps for sharing these pictures with us, and also for sharing this amazing story. And I will add that if you haven't seen John's channel, you should definitely go and check it out. And I'll have that link here, and as I mentioned, it'll be in the description below. So next we go to Boedie, who's from Georgia. He's 17 years old, and he says he's been blacksmithing and bladesmithing for less than 6 months. So although he's a lot younger than me, we do have that one thing in common. We've both been at this for about half a year. Now, with that said, the level of craftsmanship that he is producing is really superb. I mean, when you look at these pictures, this is very excellent work. And in many ways, I feel kind of challenged by this to do better work myself, because if this is the kind of craftsmanship that he can turn out after just about a half a year of work, I definitely need to step up my game. I absolutely love the attention to detail, with twists and the tang of the knife. Boedie clearly has a great eye for design. I would think that a knife maker of many years would be very proud to be exhibiting this level of craftsmanship. And he mentioned in his email he does have a channel. So far he only has 2 videos up there, but he's going to be doing more. And one of the videos actually features the making of this railroad spike knife. So I would say definitely check that out. I've looked at his videos, and I hope you run over there and tell him to make some more, because I think he's doing really great work. This last image here is really cool. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is mokume gane, sometimes just referred to as mokume. It's essentially a kind of pattern welding. It's kind of like Damascus, but the materials used will often be like copper or silver or nickel or things other than steel. And I guess I could be mistaken. It might just be the lighting of this picture. This might actually be a type of Damascus, but I'm pretty sure it's mokume. And I'm not sure the method he used to make it, but I know I've seen a couple of other videos where they've stacked quarters, because American quarters are made of copper and I think nickel. And so when you stack them and then forge weld them, then you hammer them out, you can get some really cool patterns out of that. And I think that's what this is. So Boedie, maybe you want to comment on that below and just tell us a little bit more about this. I think that'd be cool. Or if there's anything else that you want to say, I would invite both you guys to comment below. But otherwise, I just want to say thank you for sharing this with us. And thanks to all you viewers for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. And I know this is just a sample of the great, great work that's being done out there. So if you have something you want to share, send it to that email address, FargoFX@zoho.com. First up, we have some fantastic work from Fritz H. Custom Knives. He's a 17-year-old knife maker from Germany. And he says that, like me, he started with very limited gear and limited knowledge, but he's been doing this for about a year and a half. And he's done his best to upgrade his workshop along the way. And I think his dedication to the craft really, really shows in the work that he's showing us here. Some all-around really great knives, a beautiful Scandi grind, some great leather work. And I really like the etching. If I'm not mistaken, I think this might be a mustard etch on this blade, but I'll let him comment below and give us a little bit more detail on that if he wants to. I really like the kind of visual interest and complexity that adds to this knife. He says that he prefers forging to stock removal because of the character that it adds to the knives. And honestly, from watching many of his videos, I think he does great work with the forging process. I would definitely recommend his channel to any of you that are interested in this type of work. He has a variety of DIY projects. There's a lot of knife making, a lot of forging. He even makes his own micarta. So definitely go and check out Fritz's channel. I think you're really going to like what you see. Next up, we have Dave from Minnesota. He is not a knife maker, but he does do a variety of DIY projects. And I think you'll agree that he did a magnificent job on these custom grips. As it turns out, he and I share an interest in the North American Arms line of mini revolvers. He was working on these custom grips for a model that he owned, but when he found out that I had a similar model, he sent them to me to try them out. And it would not be an overstatement to say that these grips have completely transformed my experience with my North American Arms revolver. It really went from being more of a novelty gun that was difficult to shoot, and I never quite felt like I had a good grip on it, to being a lot of fun to shoot at the range, and it still fits very nicely in a pocket holster. Now, as I mentioned, he does some DIY projects, but mainly his channel is devoted to ballistics research. He casts his own ballistic gelatin blocks and uses those to test ammunition, mainly .380 and .22 Magnum. Definitely check out his channel. He goes by GeographyCzar. And if you go over there and watch a couple of his videos, make sure to leave a comment and tell him his little brother says hi. Well, that's about it for today. I do want to thank Fritz and Dave. You guys are both doing awesome work. Keep up the great work and keep up those great channels. And thanks to all of you for watching. Please do go and check out these channels. These guys are doing awesome work, and I think you'll be really glad you did. And finally, these images come to us from Justin. He is a 13-year-old from North Dakota. I'm not going to go into detail. You'll have to wait for episode 3 on that, but I just thought I'd give a preview of what's coming. If you want to check out his channel, it's Guarded Dig 2. As far as I know, he doesn't have any content up yet, but if it's something he's interested in, I would absolutely encourage him to do it. Again, you'll see more of Justin's work in episode 3. And of course, feel free to go and look around my channel. I do a lot of different kinds of videos. I upload usually about 2 to 3 times per week, so there's always something new up here. And I tend to do a variety of stuff. A lot of it's focused on knife making and metal work and blacksmithing, but there's kind of a little bit of everything in there. So check it out and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.